Today we're catching some sun and waves with Susan, a QHS member whose life is as vibrant and refreshing as a seaside breeze. What currents brought her to the sunny shores of the quantum shift? Let's surf behind the scenes to see the waves she's been riding.
My name is Sue, and for years I've been struggling with foot, ankle, knee, hand, and shoulder pain from various injuries. I know there is so much more waiting for me, more beaches to walk, waterfalls to see, and so many wonders of the world to visit. I envision a life of active travel, vacation throughout the world, pain-free, and that is why I am here at QHS. I'm going to share my prequel. My father's parents, Jaju and Baci, came from Poland and lived in Manchester, New Hampshire. They moved to Chicopee. My father was the 9th child out of 10. My Baci was a homemaker and passed before I was born. My Jaju only spoke Polish. My mother's parents, my Meme and Pepe, came from Canada and moved to Manchester, New Hampshire. They moved to work in the mills in Chicopee. My mom was the 3rd child out of 5. My Pepe was quite the entrepreneur, and my Meme loved being a grandmother. She had a love for cooking and baking. I'm not sure who doted over who more, whether it was my grandmother over my grandfather or my grandfather doting over my grandmother. Their love for each other was so obvious. They beamed when they were around each other. I absolutely adored my Meme and Pepe and always looked forward to visiting them. I felt so much love and very special whenever I was around them. My Pepe was a great woodworker and gardener. He loved sharing his trade with anybody who was interested in learning. My Meme loved teaching me how to bake. I think they somehow knew that as a child I felt out of place. They showered me with so much love. My parents met in Western Mass, where I was born and raised. I've lived here my entire life. I've had an okay childhood and home life. I was the 3rd child out of 4. I have 3 brothers. My parents were hardworking and good providers. However, I don't ever recall my mother or my father, as I was growing up, ever giving me a hug or telling me they loved me. I don't ever recall seeing my parents embrace each other or kissing in front of us. My dad took great pride in being able to take us on an annual vacation to the beach for 2 to 3 weeks. My dad enjoyed several pops most days after work. Depending on how much he drank, he could come home and be verbally abusive or explosive at the littlest of things. We were raised, it was best to be seen and not heard. I was bullied in elementary school and grade school. Didn't really have friends. My father's youngest sister and her daughter were bullies. I felt like I never really fit in on my father's side of the family. I really didn't enjoy the Sunday gatherings at my Jaju's. To me, it was a day of torture. It was a very stark contrast from my Meme and Pepe's house. In 9th grade, I had an amazing home economics teacher where I excelled under her guidance. That's when things started to change for me. She got me involved in making costumes for the theater department. My interests continued throughout my high school, and I made few friends. I went to the Trapphagen School of Design in New York City, where I studied design and pattern making. I then went on to the local community college, where I received a bachelor's degree in industrial engineering. I've held various positions throughout my entire lifetime, starting with, as a teenager, cashier, tennis rack stringer, payroll clerk, pattern maker, sample maker, manufacturing manager, consultant for Oshkosh B'gosh, industrial engineering, bill of material and processing, cost analysis, IT business systems analyst, just to name a few. I met my soulmate, my best friend, and the love of my life in 1977. We married in 1980. We chose not to have children. Unfortunately, since COVID, when it comes to healthcare, we are completely opposite. My husband is far more traditional, and I have always been about natural and holistic health options. When COVID hit, I was still working and maintained my normal schedule. I opted out of the recommended protocol, where my husband, who had been retired for 12 years, pretty much was glued to the TV and took the Kool-Aid, and everyone after that, including the latest one. Prior to COVID, he didn't get any flu shots or anything like that. He is a member, and he does wear a V6. I have lived in Western Mass for the last 30 years. We built a craftsman-style ranch 10 years ago on a cul-de-sac. I love working out in the yard and being in nature. When we have had a family of deer and bear come through, foxes and other wildlife coming through the yard. I love walking and biking. I enjoy doing yoga, pool aerobics, qigong, tai chi. I was very active and had been for a really long time, looking forward to regaining optimal health. Most recently, my health has become a priority for me, watching my mother suffer and her health deteriorating over the last few years. It's had me take a hard look in the mirror and say, I really don't want to age like that. Mom's 93 and is pretty much bedbound. I am looking forward to my do-over. Let me start from my feet and work up to my head. My expectations are for 100% improvement. I have flat feet with a collapsed left arch. I walk with a slight limp when my feet are stressed. My left foot also points off to the side about 30 degrees. Left ankle is weak due to past injuries and the collapsed arch. The ankles also give out at various times. My left knee occasionally gives me issues and has a scar on it. Lower back, I have an overactive bladder and it never completely empties. 2+ years ago, my torso and breast broke out with some kind of large red patches all over it from allergic reaction from post-surgical blood thinner injections. My right shoulder, discomfort from rotor cuff surgery and a torn biceps. Carpal tunnel syndrome in both hands. Trigger finger right hand, middle finger. Tendinitis in both wrist and thumbs. Tooth discomfort from root canals, crown, wisdom teeth have been removed, and I have recessed gums. Eyesight and allergies, excessive skin sag on my body from weight loss. And I want to achieve optimal health. So I am looking for 100% improvement on the issues that I have just mentioned. I have found a family with QHS. I've gained many QHS brothers and sisters. My health is getting better and better. I am getting stronger and stronger. I am happier than I have ever been. With the QArc, I will have 100% improvement. It's truly not okay for anyone to live with disease year after year, popping pills for symptoms. I'm looking forward to opening a healing center and being part of the team that can help heal the world. I am thankful for being a part of QHS and its journey. I thank Dr. A, Cynthia, Wade, the admin team, and everyone else at QHS who has made the incredible and amazing technology available to us. I am forever grateful to you all and everyone's involvement, as we are creating heaven and earth, and it is a privilege and an honor to be part of this. Thank you for listening to my prequel. Have a beautiful and blessed day.
Join us on the Prequel, where every story matters and every voice is heard. Because here at QHS, we're all about healing, learning, and growing together.